Good morning. Welcome to our keto kitchen. Today we're going to make pumpkin muffins. Now I've already set up the supplies, so let me show you. Now we're going to set the oven on 350 degrees. I've already done that. We're going to add 8 eggs. This is where I save all the eggshells to feed the garden. Now we're going to put in 1 cup of pumpkin. I'm using this organic pumpkin, but organic's not required. Just make sure it doesn't have any sugar. This is only pumpkin. I have some left, so I'm going to freeze that. I'm going to just measure it and put it in a baggie and freeze it. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of liquid stevia. Now it doesn't have to be organic, but I prefer to use liquid because it doesn't have any bulking agent. Sometimes they have erythritol in them, or dextrose, something to make it granular. But this is only liquid. Now, liquid stevia is really powerful, so adjust it to your taste. Now we're going to add the vanilla. We're going to add 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon. Now, if you're thinking that's a lot of vanilla, you'd be right. It's because keto breads and cakes and muffins have a lot of eggs in them. That's how they rise. But we don't want them to taste like eggs. So they're going to require more than normal flavoring. Now we're going to add the cinnamon. I buy it in bulk, so I need to refill this. It's going to be 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon. Again, it's to cover up that eggy taste. Many keto breads will use cinnamon. Now 2 teaspoons of baking powder. It also helps it to rise. So the eggs help it to rise and the baking powder help it to rise. But eggs also help keto products stick together because they don't have any gluten. They have to have something to bind everything together. Now we're going to go ahead and melt your butter, 1 stick or 1/2 cup. It's going to need time to cool. You don't want to cook those eggs when you add it in. We're going to bring this over to the mixer and beat it till smooth. You don't want the egg mixture separated. Now start slow because you don't want the eggs to slosh out. Now we're going to add the butter. Last, 3/4 a cup of coconut flour. Now, coconut flour is going to soak up all that moisture. It's another reason it requires more eggs. Typically, keto products require double the eggs if you're using coconut flour. Now we're going to let it rest for 10 minutes. That's going to give the coconut flour time to soak up all that liquid. Now I've already buttered these silicone muffin cups. I'm using silicone because keto products tend to stick. But you can also use paper cupcake liners. I think I have some. Just put them in a metal muffin tin. But they also make them in silicone. But I'm going to use this pan. Now while we're waiting for 10 minutes, we're going to discuss why this house is keto. So I've been keto for 7 years. And my husband Dale, he's been keto for 6 years. But Dale is not really strict keto. He's more like low carb, eating keto products and foods. Now for me, my big motivation was weight loss, but also it helped me manage my pain since I have rheumatoid arthritis. For Dale, he's a type 2 diabetic. Since about 2005. And Dale has a family history of type 2 diabetes. He does take metformin, but his numbers kept going up. His A1C was going up, and he was getting really close to needing insulin. After I lost 100 pounds on keto after 1 year, Dale decided he wanted the same thing. And he lost 60 pounds, but more importantly, his A1C normalized and his blood sugar is much better. Now, fall is Halloween and Thanksgiving time, and pumpkin muffins are a nice treat. You can have it for breakfast or even with lunch and dinner. For Dale, he enjoys when I make keto versions of all those regular foods he used to eat. He can't go to the store anymore and just pick whatever he wants. So we'll have to make them from home. Now, if you're new to keto, these pumpkin muffins, they're not going to taste the same as regular pumpkin muffins. It's going to take time for your taste buds to adjust. When you cut sugar, after 7 years and 6 years for Dale, our taste buds have changed. We find things we like, and we make the keto versions, and now they taste normal, and we really enjoy them. They help us not to cheat. Now, cheating in of itself is not a problem. And what I mean by cheating is like eating regular stuff with regular sugar, like at people's houses or parties. So take pumpkin bread, for example. If I ate that at a party and came back here and ate these muffins, they wouldn't taste as good. It wouldn't satisfy me. So from our perspective, this isn't diet food. This is just our regular food. But it requires planning and requires bringing stuff ourselves. Okay, we've got 3 minutes left. Let's discuss the topic of keto sweeteners. Be careful if you're going to serve other non-keto people foods with keto sweeteners in it, because it can cause stomach upset. Now, liquid stevia is perfect because it's not going to cause that stomach upset. I would be comfortable feeding these to my grandkids. But things like they have erythritol in them, or allulose, or xylitol, they're going to cause stomach upset. People who eat keto, they find their own tolerance after they've gotten used to it. Dale has a much higher tolerance than I do. I'm very sensitive to keto sweeteners and I avoid them. I much prefer liquid stevia. But not all recipes are going to do well with liquid stevia because it doesn't have that granular bulking agent like erythritol does. But these pumpkin muffins are perfect for liquid stevia. I think it's ready, so let's get to filling. And we're going to cook for 25 minutes and check to see if it needs more time. While that's cooking, I want to let you know that if you're interested in any other keto foods or products that we eat, check our shorts. You know, YouTube has those shorts. So I've created some playlists like bread shorts, cracker shorts, a variety of things. Having those types of food replacements is important for Dale because he's not a meat and vegetable guy. Now, luckily, he will eat almost any raw vegetable in a salad. But before keto, he was a heavy carb eater. I was going to be ready soon, so let's see if it needs more time. Those look perfect, nice and brown around the edges. Let's leave those to cool for about 10 minutes. So if you want more keto recipes, we have another YouTube channel. It's our first YouTube channel. It has scads of different types of videos. And the name of that channel is Withrow Urban Homestead. I'll link it down in the description. Now this channel I set up to keep the content separately. This is going to be all of our new keto stuff. Slowly I'm going to move the old videos over to this channel. Now the original channel is going to be all about the garden content. So for now you can find all of our old recipes on Withrow Urban Homestead. We've got tips, we've got walking, keto shopping events over on that other channel. These are perfect. They're still moist. You don't want to overcook coconut flour or it's going to become dry. Just a little bit stuck. Now, how am I going to store these? After they're fully cooled, because they're not yet fully cooled, I'm going to put them in these simple Ziploc baggies. These are just Walmart's snack baggies. So this is a Rubbermaid, I think it's called take-along containers. They're like, you know, what you bring to parties when you don't want to lose your expensive containers. I tend to find them now around the holiday times. You know, people give away gifts as cookies. Way back, I bought lots of them because my personality is I like everything to be the same. So I'll put them in here. I've got it labeled, of course. And it's going to go in the freezer. We have 4 chest freezers. Dell's breads, cookies, muffins, a variety of things, hamburger buns. I have them all stacked in the freezer. And I package them in individual serving sizes because portion control is important for us. It's important for maintaining weight loss and for remaining keto because you can eat too many keto foods and not lose weight, and you can gain weight. Now, at the beginning, I could just eat much more. I counted my net carbs, but the weight just melted off because I weighed more. But now I have to control my portion size more. So I use individual baggies or different type of containers, and I freeze them. The freezer is my best friend. Thank you for visiting our keto kitchen. See you later. Bye-bye.